Hey everyone, and welcome. We're taking a deep dive today into the world of automotive content creation. We're looking at a book someone sent in called How to Be an Automotive Content Creator by Shahzad Sheikh. Seems like someone's ready to rev their engines and get into this world.
It is interesting, right? This book is for everyone, it seems. Aspiring creators, those who are already journalists, and even all those car influencers you see online. It really does highlight how much the media landscape is changing.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of changing, Sheikh has been doing this for 35 years. Print, digital, he's done it all.
He's really open about the fact that he doesn't know everything. He's not a mechanic or anything, and doesn't claim to be an expert on every single little thing about cars. His focus is on storytelling, connecting with an audience, and sharing his passion for cars.
Yeah.
Shows you how powerful authenticity is.
Yeah, exactly. He even says he doesn't really do motorsport stuff, but he has this great way of explaining things. Like, he sometimes takes the long way around, but it's always insightful.
Yeah, like those classic car rallies. It's about the journey, not just the destination. You learn along the way.
Speaking of journeys, he was maybe the very first motoring journalist in Saudi Arabia. Talk about creating your own path.
That's amazing. Reviewing cars when he just learned to drive, basically. It's like the whole make your own luck idea that's all over the book. He wants people to be proactive. Get online, network, reach out to people.
Totally. Okay, so let's get into the book. Chapter 3 on journalistic ethics and being responsible. That was interesting. He makes the point that this isn't just for, real journalists anymore.
Right. When anyone can put stuff out there, especially if people make buying decisions based on what you say, you got to think about ethics, legal stuff, credibility, building trust, especially with all the misinformation online.
Oh, absolutely. Then there's Chapter 4, all about the history of the car industry. You wouldn't think history would be so interesting.
He ties it to today, though. Shows how people used to only have magazines. Now it's so different. Makes you think about your niche. Who are you going to be the go-to person for?
Makes history relevant. I love that.
Okay.
Okay, then Chapter 5 gets into the change from print to digital. YouTube. The whole car media world is so different now.
And he analyzes it all. Doesn't just list the changes. But how we tell car stories now has to change too. Each platform is different, whether it's a long article or a quick TikTok video.
Right. Got to use the right tool for the job. That leads us to Chapter 6, content creation basics. Writing, photography, video, even podcasting.
He really wants you to find your own voice and what works for you. There's no one right way. Experiment, see what you're good at, and have fun.
I love that he focuses on that. It's a business, sure, but don't forget why you're doing it. Got to have some fun.
Absolutely. He really believes in letting your personality be part of your work.
Me too. Now, I know you were really interested in the stuff about engaging content and building a brand. What jumped out at you?
It was his idea about finding your niche and really owning it. It could be classic cars, electric vehicles, or even car audio systems.
Makes sense. You become the expert. What else did you learn from that part?
He's big on making it an experience for the audience. Use humor. Tell stories. Don't take yourself too seriously.
He does have a way of explaining even complicated things in a fun and relatable way. Must come from all those years of experience, right?
Absolutely. It's like he's using his successes and even his mistakes to give you real advice.
Like having a mentor right there with you, guiding you through the whole thing.
Exactly. It's not just theory. It's him showing you how he did it. So inspiring.
Yeah, it really is like having him right there with you. And he doesn't shy away from the business stuff either. There's a whole chapter about building your portfolio, finding work. He's realistic about how much hustle you need as a creator.
What's good is he doesn't just say, hey, it's hard. He gives you ways to deal with it, like how to look good online, going to industry events, even just reaching out to people directly. It's that make your own luck thing again.
Taking initiative. He's big on that. It's a theme in the book. It's not just hoping things will work out. You have to make them happen. He even talks about his own pitches to editors, getting rejected, and how he kept at it. Hard work pays off.
Yeah, it's honest. He doesn't pretend it's easy, but he's still positive. He even talks about money stuff. Taxes, the boring business things a lot of creators forget about.
So important. You can't just be creative. Got to treat it like a business if you want to keep doing it.
Exactly. And then there's a whole chapter on the future. What's coming next, like AI and all that. Could be a problem for creators, right?
It's kind of scary. Like, what if AI just writes all the car reviews or makes the videos?
He gets it, but he thinks it'll push humans to be even better. AI can do the boring stuff. We can focus on stories, connecting with people, bringing our own personality to it.
That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Algorithms can't replace that human element.
For sure. And he keeps coming back to this. It's about loving cars, the fun of driving, the design, the tech, like in EVs. If you're not passionate, it'll show.
You can tell he loves it, for sure. It makes you excited to learn more.
Definitely. Now, you were asking about his tips for different types of content. He spends a lot of time on that. Writing, photos, videos, even podcasts.
Right, he gets really into the details, how to write good headlines, take amazing car photos, make exciting videos.
Yeah, but he also wants you to know what you're good at. What's your style? Don't just copy everyone else.
Like he said, he's not a mechanic. He knows his lane. Find yours and be the best at it. So what were some of the big things you took away from all those different formats?
It was all about telling a story visually, whether it's photos or videos. Don't just show the car, capture its soul.
He even tells you how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Camera angles, lighting, all that stuff. Clearly loves that part of it.
Oh, yeah. And sound, too, especially for video and podcasts. Hearing the engine, the road noise, that makes it feel real.
You can tell he's into the details. He even gets into recording and editing techniques, so you can make your content sound amazing.
He even suggests putting video in podcasts. That's getting really popular. It's all about reaching more people.
He's all about keeping up with the times, isn't he? New tech, new platforms, always learning.
Constantly. And he wants everyone else to do the same. Stay curious, try new stuff, never stop learning.
Got to keep evolving, right?
Yeah.
That's good advice for anything, not just content creation.
Totally. So we've talked about the practical stuff, but what about the author himself? His style really comes through in the writing.
It's like he's chatting with you,
Yeah.
you know? Really friendly and conversational.
Yeah, and he throws in jokes, tells stories from his life. It's fun to read.
He's a good writer. Even when it gets technical, he makes it easy to understand. And it's clear how passionate he is about cars.
Definitely. It's like he took all his experience and put it into this book to help others.
Yeah.
Informative and inspiring.
Like having him as a mentor, really.
Exactly. And that's why this book is so good. It's not just a textbook. It's his passion, his creativity, and his love for cars, all in one place.
Yeah, it really is inspiring how he talks about starting out in Saudi Arabia and all the different things he's done over the years.
Shows you got to adapt, you know? Keep learning new things. This industry is always changing.
He really gets that across in the book. Be a lifelong learner, he says. Don't be afraid of challenges. Okay, so I want to go back to the brand building stuff, the business side of things. I know that's something you were interested in.
Yeah, for sure. What I like is it's not just about the creative part. He talks about making a business plan, figuring out who your audience is, what do you want to achieve with your content. It's got to be more than just posting random stuff and hoping it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Treat it like a business from the start, even if it's just a hobby right now.
Right.
Otherwise, you can't keep it going. He even talks about making money in different ways, not just ads. Sponsorships, affiliate stuff, even merch.
Think outside the box, he says. There are more ways to make money from what you love than you might think, especially these days when there's so much competition.
And networking. He's big on that too. Meeting other creators, people in the industry, even just fans.
Go to events, talk to people online. He even says, just reach out to people. Collaboration is key. Build that community.
He's really open about his own struggles too. Getting rejected, dealing with criticism, all the ups and downs.
Yeah.
It's honest, but he also gives you ways to handle it. Have a good support system, know your limits, take care of yourself.
It makes it feel real. You know, he's not just preaching, he's been there. That's what makes this book so helpful. Practical, but also inspiring and kind.
Yeah, you really feel like you can trust him, like a friend who knows what they're doing.
Totally.
So to wrap things up, if you're even thinking about getting into this world of automotive content creation, this book is a great place to start. Packed with info, real-world advice, and so much inspiration. You can tell he really loves this stuff.
It's a must-read for anyone who wants to take their car passion and turn it into something more.
Maybe even a career. As Sheik might say, live long and prosper and keep creating.